We is live and also late. Hi.
Yay!
But we are here nonetheless. So hello or hello again. And it is my fault that we're late. I had I've been really not sleeping well lately, and I took a nap before I got in the call with these guys, and I completely forgot to order groceries earlier. And by the time I woke up, it was too late. So I needed something. Don't really have anything like to drink at home or really any food. So I had to order myself something from DoorDash. And due to the weather around here, it took a lot longer than normal. So I didn't want to step away when the food got here in the middle of the stream. So here we are. Um, for this stream, we are not using the wheels for tonight because
Okay.
we're well, isn't that what we decided last
No,
night?
true. Yeah.
So we did our
My
last
bad,
wheel
sorry.
spin. It's all good. We did our wheel spin last time, but we're not playing. Even though we just finished a new frontier, we are not playing the final season until next Friday. So for tonight, we are doing something a little different than what we have been doing for like the past like year or two, and that is to have a group discussion, a long overdue one.
Yeah, and it makes for a great break
Yeah,
in games.
with more death that's in store for us next time. Yay,
Yeah.
death! And like I said, I will be joining those two for the final season since I have not beaten it myself. But anyway, hope everyone's doing well. I'm going to be. You see the thumbnail right now on stream. But I'm going
Yep.
to be playing a game in the background as we discuss, so you don't just stare at thumbnail the whole time. So no wheels are going to be spun tonight. I'm going to basically play Mass Effect Legendary Edition in the background as we talk. So with that said, I'm going to leave it up to these guys to take the lead. So go ahead.
So, yeah, to an extent, we'll be talking about, or at least this is something that we've been trying to, like, wanting to do for a while.
Yeah.
And to a degree, I unfortunately, there are times where I haven't had the time to watch the show, at least one of them, but I finally got to do
Same.
it, doing it.
So did you guys
So,
want to talk about Alice in Borderland first or Wednesday first?
talk about Alice in Borderland first.
All right, go.
So, good lord. So, I guess to not talk about the entirety of season one, we were left off with all the characters kind of leaving the beach, right?
Yeah,
And um, I'm gonna say I'll give the show credit. Like right off the bat, it just like once the blimps start popping up with all of the different like face cards, it just ramps up to like 11
yeah,
for the first like uh, first what 5-10 minutes where we
yeah. It
have
was like the first episode of season two. The first, like, until the flashback to explain what the fuck's going on. It was like, what the hell am I seeing? What the hell's going on? Why are they in the middle of a game?
well, like it's like they didn't even start a game, which is like this whole situation with that particular character, which was the
Okay.
King of Spades. I like he this I there was something I wanted to say about this guy because nobody actually started a game with him. He just went
Doesn't
out
need
and
to.
like once like everybody once there were a certain amount of people in his area, he just started freaking gutting them down.
Doesn't need to. They didn't need. He
That
didn't need to
is the
start a game.
game.
Yeah,
Just
it's
survive.
Yep.
yeah,
Like if you go into his area, he can hunt you down and just kill you.
yeah.
Yep.
And it's not really you going into his area, but him going into where you are. because he wanders wherever the blimp goes. That's where he is.
Well, I'm kind of wondering too, if like once the other face cards started, or at least the head of each face card went down, if that expands his area.
That's what I was thinking happens.
Because it seems like almost every time they defeat a face card, it's almost like he was following them.
Well, for transparency on my end, as I've told these guys, like I haven't seen Wednesday at all, but I told them that they can go ahead and discuss it. That's fine. As for Alice in Borderland, I have not finished watching season 2, but I can still join in because of the fact that I've read the manga. And based on the manga, the King of Spades basically could hunt you anywhere. Like you're not safe in the city. You can go into like the woods or the forest area and he can still hunt you down. So
the only place you are truly safe from the King of Spades is in another game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was the point, which is why I was thinking that his area his area of like movement expands when the other games have been completed.
Technically, yeah.
Because to an extent,
I would say
he
instead
had his
of
own...
it would shift rather than expand, but
he had more area to move around once all the face cards went away.
Yeah, and it was. I'll hand it to the true game master, who we never find out in the show. Major props on having it to where anytime one of the face cards games is completed, to where the face card, the person that is represents the face card is defeated, the blimp blows up.
Yeah,
and goes down,
like indicating that one of the cards had been taken out.
Yeah.
So after meeting the King of Spades, we're introduced to the oh gosh, what face card was he?
Clubs, King of Clubs.
King of Clubs.
Kuma.
Kuma, who was a leader, head of a band.
And what's funny is you, me, and so many others who watched the show or read the manga were like, oh, what the fuck? Because Niragi, who was supposed to have died at the end of the first season because of Aguni,
he survives the entire thing.
Yeah, he's alive. He's still alive and teams up with them to play the King of Clubs game.
Somehow, by sheer willpower or his assholeless nature, he lived.
Asshole run. Alternate Shibuya edition. Shibuya!
I mean, it gets irritating when, like, halfway through the game for the King of Clubs, he tries to perform unfavorable acts towards what's her name?
Usagi,
yes.
Again.
Yeah.
Again.
Basically, as he stated in the show, picking up where they last left off.
The thing is that before Rob even finished watching season 2, Aden tried to, like, in private, was trying to tell me to, like, not spoil something. And that was the fact that Naragi and Naguni were still alive.
He knew about Naragi. He was going on a rant about it at the time.
I know, but before he even brought that up, that's why you're like, shush. And I'm like, what?
I was shushing you because of Aguni.
I know, and that's what I was implying, is Aguni and also Naragi. And you're like, shush, and I'm like, what? He won't pick it up right away. Just because, like I said, the manga, I know that Naragi, or both of them, survive. And then it was kind of funny because I can't remember what episode it was, but Rob goes,
7.
well, when he was like, man, don't tell me this is just going to be like a dream and, none of this really ever happened.
Oh, that was shortly after he was talking to us about the first 2 episodes of season 2.
Gotcha. But still, I wanted to say something. But I was a good doobie and kept my... Yeah, I was good. Aden will call me out on things if I'm not. Just like he did yesterday.
Wait, what?
The emoji messages.
Oh.
Which, by the way...
Which I redacted them, by the way. But go ahead, Rob.
The King of Clubs, I think, is probably going to be one of the most memorable characters.
Oh. I mean, hell, the game itself was really interesting. Osmosis.
Yeah. But no, I was talking about... I was going to talk about the fact that throughout the entire... And kind of doing what anime would probably do in this situation.
Welcome to Alliance Military Database. Classified information requested.
You have... oh gosh, what's it called?
Establishing secure connection.
He's basically buck-ass naked.
Yeah, he's a nudist.
Throughout the entire game.
Oh, totally
And
not
we
a
have
memorable character whatsoever. Ha.
And like anime or manga, they basically position the camera in such the perfect way that they basically hide his junk in every freaking frame.
What am I naming my shepherd, by the way? You guys can't see it, so I'll share the screen on Discord so you guys can see it. Oh, wait. Oh, you can see it. Never mind.
Yeah.
So what should I name this dude?
Journalist Puncher.
That's reference to something you can do.
Sold.
Okay, I haven't played the game, but I know about that.
To be fair, she does kind of deserve it.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, you heard it here first, everybody. We at Novakast have our own way of virtue signaling. Just kidding.
Technically speaking, she's not actually a journalist, more of an activist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, she is a journalist. Well,
yeah, she's
a journalist. Maybe not journalist puncher. That might be too long. JP, it is. JP.
Okay, I like that.
This is like Duke's cousin.
Young Shepherd confirmed to be one of the characters from Recess. Okay.
Yep. That's how this works, right?
Going forward,
Please log in
going
to
forward,
access your profile.
how our main characters complete the game too is actually really creative, because at first it seems like they're winning.
Construction complete.
But they're periodically kind of going after either looking for items or tagging the opposing teammates.
Let's explain the game of Osmosis for those who haven't watched the show.
It's so hard. It's so confusing in the manga, and if you read it, but
trying to explain it. So you get a certain amount of points at the start of the game. The game is about an hour long, and what you do is you go through an area to either collect items, which will add more points, or battle with the opposing team, and by tagging them, and depending on whether or not you or them have more points on your person, will determine whether or not who wins the battle. And that person, unfortunately, loses. The losing combatant will lose up to 500 points. Then there's the bases, which basically, if you have one person touching a base, then they have infinite points.
If they're touching their own base, yeah.
Yeah, and if you're touching a base, and you touch a person who's on the opposing team, they're removed from game. And in the case of Alice in Borderland, you're basically killed.
By the way,
Yep.
I'm creating my character right now.
Because
Should I be a spacer, colonist, or earthborn, by the way?
Spacer.
But
It
yeah,
sounds cool.
I don't remember if it was stated, but based
Confirm psychological
by as an explanation. But yeah, you have infinite points if you're touching your own base.
Now, if the opposing team can manage to touch your base, then
They
they
get 10,000 points, if I recall.
yeah. Which after a risky move with, because at first it seems like our heroes are winning, and the opposing team, the King of Clubs team, pulls a really kind of suicidal type move where they all rush the
Opposing team?
the base,
Oh, yeah, sorry.
the opposing team's base, and one of them gets, after a few of them are able to touch the base,
Confirm
guarding
military
them,
specialization.
10,000 points. One of them unfortunately gets touched by the person protecting
Yeah.
the base.
But because Tata
And
was there, they were able to protect it somewhat.
Aww. Taka.
Which, by the way,
Tata was
Yeah.
Tata.
pretty cool.
But I'm gonna call him Taka because I'll just go with it since it was my fuck up.
yeah, Tata was a really nice character for season 1, and how they proceed to kind of give him his moment is graphic and just painful to watch.
Well, I mean, at that point, the main characters, their team is losing by a landslide.
At first, and then like for the last few moments they're able to pick it up a little bit, but it came down to getting winning, basically getting just a few more points. So Tata comes up with the idea of was it oh gosh, what's the main character's name again?
Arisu.
Alice.
Arisu.
Yes.
Of Arisu going to confront the leader, or the King of Clubs, and Tata decides to do something very honorable, but at the risk of his own life, where he takes his arm and proceeds to smash it into the door of a freaking metal cargo container, and in turn proceed to try to remove his bracelet, because he makes a point that once it's closed, it probably wouldn't even recognize whether or not the person was still wearing it. So kind of putting himself at risk, he's able to break his arm and attempt to slide the freaking bracelet off his wrist. Which,
I'm trying to figure out what
after
specialization I want to be.
After kind of coaxing and buttering up the King of Clubs to give him a handshake, the King of Clubs does that, or gives him a kind of like, hey, good game handshake, and loses 500 points for like the last few seconds of the game, and Arisu wins with his team.
Yeah.
But at the loss,
Confirm facial identification.
at the loss of Tata.
Yeah. He bled out.
Yep. R.I.P. Tata.
I actually really did like Kyuma. Kyuma was
Who?
a really cool character.
Oh yeah. I mean, to an extent,
The
He-
entire
he-
band was.
yeah. I mean, they were all, for each other.
Yeah, they treated each other as equals.
Yep.
Can I make Leo from A Way Out? Which one has the... Wait, hold on. We can do this. We can do this. There we go. There we go. Oh, no, that's other way around. Other way around.
I know this character was coined the Cheshire Cat, the guy with the white hoodie. What's his name?
Cheshire.
His game, like when we see him,
the Jack of Hearts was honestly out of all the games, both of the ones that we see Cheshire do are my favorite.
Really good.
What does a journalist puncher look like? These are reminding me of Leo.
And I've noticed, and what's really interesting is, for the first part, for season 1, besides the game in the apartment complex, we see him kind of mostly in the background, not really doing much.
Yeah,
but
we just see him plotting for the most part.
He has no faith in people actually surviving the game.
Yeah,
he views himself like as inferior, and he kind of distances himself from people, so he doesn't ever feel like that he's going to be hurt. So that's why he'd rather to see who he could ally with.
Yeah, and then
By the way, I told Rob before we went live that that Mira means look in Spanish. Mind blown. I don't want that scar though. Let's see here.
Yeah, the Jack of Clubs game was an interesting one.
I like that one.
Jack of Hearts. It was Jack of Hearts.
What? Oh, Jack of Hearts. Okay. So, ultimately for that game... Oh, yeah, that was a mindfuck. And honestly, at first, I thought... I should have realized it. Because it seems like they're on and off. This game likes to play that whole thing where they pull the plot twist of, like, the villain.
Ooh, that's cool looking.
So... They said so. The game is basically, each person wears a collar. On the back of the collar, a symbol will be displayed.
Kind of like that.
Or
and it's up,
or one of the 4 suits.
Yeah. And you have to, like, after like an hour, you have to go into a room and call out your suit. If you guess wrong, then you're killed. If you guess right, then you can move on to the next round. Now, so ultimately, when it came down to it, is people, having either figuring out who to trust or who not to trust. And
like the game is ultimately over when either the Jack of Hearts is killed.
Or when everybody's dead.
By somehow tricking them. Or, yeah, as Rob said, everyone dies. Aside from the Jack of Hearts.
Yeah.
Hey.
Which, like, near the beginning, you have this one girl who begins to convince people to join her group. Which she has this massive group of people that she kind of works off of to, like, figure out what her suit is, as well as, telling the other people what their suit is. And as the game progresses, at first I thought she was the Jack of Hearts, because at some point she starts, like, when somebody does something she doesn't like, she's like, no, this person's probably bad. Let's lie to them and get them killed. And it starts, like, with some of the weaker-minded people, they start kind of, like, killing each other. Not trusting each other. There was one guy that I kind of felt bad for because he didn't want to play the game. And inevitably, he just gives up. And going forward than that, we find out that amongst the people playing is a serial killer and a person who's really manipulative.
That doesn't
So
sound
that
like
kinda
serial
begs the
killers
question of
at
whether-
all.
So it begs the question whether or not it's the guy that's manipulative or the serial killer. And lo and behold, again, this is another kind of bait and switch, because it turns out that it was neither of them. It was this guy who was friends with the serial killer.
Dun dun dun.
Who
I'm basically making
I ca-
JR right now. He is JP. Oh no. Sorry, babe. What an unfortunate name. Go ahead. Sorry.
But like once they find out who he is, they proceed to torture him.
Or they're wanting to, at least.
No, they do. Apparently, they do torture him off camera. And I guess one of the rules was they can't kill people. The person has to die through the game,
Yes,
not die by somebody else's hand.
that was one of the rules. Interesting tidbit. Bonda, I don't remember
Yeah.
whether he was the which one of the two other players that survived. If memory serves correctly, his namesake is the Bandersnatch from the poem within Alice in Wonderland.
Nice.
Through the looking glass.
Thank you for the correction.
Anytime. Don't ever make that mistake again, though.
I've never read either one, so.
That's funny.
Wait, hold on. Okay, nose depth. Yeah, I'm literally,
But,
I'm literally making JR right now.
The next game that I can think of. Well, no, actually, no. At some point,
Yeah, we get a break from the game.
Hey, Terry.
Arisu and Osagi start kind of roaming
Geese.
around a little bit,
Geese.
and which, by the way,
Geese.
one of
Almost
my
find
favorite
out the
moments.
truth. Almost find out the truth about the
Oh,
game,
yeah,
about the games during this.
Well, just about Borderlands, because there's one point where they're going around and they find a large society camp of people that were killed, more likely by the King of Spades, and they come across an RV that has a camera.
There.
And so they start playing the camera or playing the
Projector.
video. Yeah, on the projector, and it was this guy documenting everything on film. Because I guess somehow the camera was working, but not the everything else. So he's going around, and he finds apparently finds somebody that knows the truth about
There we go.
what they saw in the first episode, which was fireworks.
Mhm.
And this old lady starts telling them about the fireworks, and that the fireworks themselves may not have been actual fireworks. You know, when I heard that, I was thinking of the fourth,
Welcome, Pilar. Hello.
what's it called, the fourth kind, where you have the people under hypnosis going it's an owl, but it wasn't an owl. They saw aliens. But anyways, and then in the video you see everybody getting shot up by the King of Spades.
Can I just say the chick that remembered because of a surgery she had
Yeah.
before she was shot, I was thinking she was Anne.
I had JR watch the first episode with me of season 1, and instantly he was like, is it based on people looking at the fireworks or who saw the fireworks that got in there? And then he fell asleep. And then we started, and then woke up and started talking about Jenna Garcia and watching TikToks. Funny how that works.
Yeah. Was it just me that thought that? Because she looked strikingly similar to Anne.
I guess. From what I can remember.
The forensics chick?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'd have to
well, Anne was still alive.
Have another look, but let's see her chain.
Yeah, but I mean, like, before that person got killed, is what I meant. I was like, wait a minute. So, has Anne been in the game before?
But that wouldn't make any sense because Anne's in the game now.
Unless she was faking being, just this regular player, similar to some of the face cards that we know.
Yeah. But, going from that, then you have...
Because, like, it was revealed somewhat through the King of Clubs that basically all the people making the games that they're currently doing were former players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like every single one of the suit cards or face cards were all players too.
But while they shortly after finding that tape and watching it, they end up getting split. Both, like,
oh no,
Arisu and Usagi end up getting separated because the King of Spades showed up.
And we get introduced to this girl who's really good at using a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
And that she is with I'm forgetting his name. Unagi?
Aguni.
Aguni. Who I'm gonna be perfectly honest.
He says batters.
Compared to the other guy, I was I was happy that he was able to come back.
Yeah.
For the most part,
he had a pretty decent redemption at the end of season 1.
Yeah.
He was never really bad in the first place.
Wasn't. He really wasn't. And that reveal, like, keeping that under wraps until the end of the season was, like, that was brilliantly done.
He was trying to do the right thing, but didn't know how.
Yeah.
And
it's not entirely his fault that he ended up killing the Hatter because, well, the Hatter tricked him into shooting him.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I think we should talk about that. While he at this current time he's trying to hunt down the King of Spades, and periodically he's haunted by the Hatter.
Yeah, he broke his mind.
Well, I'm kind of wondering if that's a recurring thing for a lot of other people in playing the games, because we get introduced to a little bit of backstory for the bow and arrow girl.
Yeah.
And when she played her first game, where an entire stadium basically fell on top of her, and at some point she sees what appears to be her mom. And the next scene after that, she talks about how much she just hates her mom.
Let's see here. JP is almost finished. Almost.
Nice.
Boiling Death, like, holy shit, for a starting game for her, for Heya, that was one hell of a game.
Yeah.
Basically, the
Just
the
start
only
off with-
objective is to get out of the stadium alive.
Yeah, to stay alive. But she ended up losing, and I think it's implied that she may, like, after she gets out, she went to the hospital
Profile
to try to get her
reconstruction
leg
complete.
fixed. And I think it's
Identification
implied
confirmed.
that she did favors to get her leg treated.
Heavily implied.
Yeah. Which is fucked up, and I hope that guy got got an arrow in the dick.
Mohawk. Let's see here.
Let's see. We see a little bit of An exploring, trying to see, like, what's outside the city.
Yeah.
Finally getting to the game. Whoops.
Like, seeing all those craters everywhere.
Spacer lived aboard
Just
starship
wilderness
most of his life.
stretching for miles,
Military
no
service
civilization
runs the family.
whatsoever.
Both his
It was
parents were in the
crazy to.
Navy.
It was.
He proved himself.
It was a sight to
I was
behold.
gonna say,
Held off enemy forces.
I was
on
gonna
the
say
ground
that the
till
mountain, like the
reinforcements
mountains
arrived.
that we see in the background,
He's the only
looked
reason
like they were
Elysium
coming
is still
closer.
standing.
Hmm.
We can't
Like,
question his
like
courage.
the surrounding area was like
Humanity
kind of
needs
closing
a hero.
in.
And
on
shepherd
the city.
best we've got. I'll make the call.
Like, maybe there was a time limit for them to beat the game with, kind of thing? Games with, or what?
Which explains which would kind of take part in like what happens in the ending.
Yeah.
But
That trap that Aguna and Heya set for the King of Spades, that was really freaking smart. Too bad it ended up backfiring.
yep. Osagi ends up meeting this woman and a kid.
Commander?
I missed it. Like, what happened to the woman? Did she die?
Which woman? Which woman? The Queen of Spades?
Calculating transit.
Mira?
No, there was a.
Oh, the one taking care of
So-
the kid.
The relay is hot.
Yeah.
Acquiring approach vector.
Her visa expired.
All
Oh,
stations secure
okay.
for transit.
I missed that part.
It happened off screen. It was kind of implied. That's what happened. She didn't have the strength to go through another game, so she wanted the boy to survive. So asked Usagi to take him with.
I just realized
Which
I wasted a
inevitably-
perfect opportunity for my character creation. I could have made him try to look as close to Garfield as possible.
But speaking of, Arisu and Osagi meet back up with the kid,
Check.
and they go after the next
Check.
game,
Internal emissions sync engaged.
which is basically like tag.
Drift.
I
Yeah,
want to say freeze tag.
500K.
to an
yeah,
extent.
it was basically freeze tag.
The captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
But yeah, the whole idea is
So you hate
you have two teams. One
Remember to
team,
zip up your jumpsuit
like
on the way out of the
as the
bathroom?
te- like the
I just
teams will
jumped
swap
halfway
after
across the
for to
galaxy
go
and
after
hit target
people,
the size of a pinhead.
and the
That's
more
incredible.
people you have by the end of
Besides, specters
the
are
game,
trouble. I don't like having them on board.
the larger your
Call me
chance of
paranoid.
winning is.
You're paranoid. The council helped
And
fund this
near the
project.
end,
they have a right to send someone to
The
keep an eye on them.
which card
Yeah, that
face
is the
was
official
that girl,
Queen
Any
of
clue
Spades.
is the official story.
Queen of Spades. So she really kind of sets it up where like, hey, if look, you don't have. I mean, if you let me tag you,
They don't send specters on shake.
then
You'll
you're
be safe
safe.
forever.
You just
So
live
there's
here
more going on
as
here.
long as you're in my
Just let it
team. But which
report.
everybody, all the
Just cleared
people
the
start
mass relay,
kind of
Captain.
going for.
Stealth
But
systems
thanks
engaged.
to a speech from
Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a
from,
convoy and link us into the
uh, Usagi, they're able to kind of snap out of it, and all of them
Better brace yourself, sir.
manage
Niles is
to
headed your way.
defeat the Queen of Spades.
Like the game is called
get that
Checkmate,
commander?
and as Robin stated, it is basically freeze tag. The key difference is that
On my way.
well,
Is it me or does the captain
each team
always
designates
sound
a
little pissed
king,
off?
and that's the primary objective. Is to also one of the primary objectives that you can do to win the game, tag the king,
Yeah.
or make it to where there's only the king left.
Yep.
And the Queen of Spades really made things personal for Usagi
Yeah.
by basically being like, don't care about her, get me Arisu. He's cute, he's mine. Kind of shit. And Usagi just was not having it.
Yeah. And they're able to beat her, and instead of just letting the laser round to attack her, she proceeds to jump off. I guess her whole thought process is I'm gonna the way I die is by my own hands.
Yeah.
So she jumps off the railing of this building, which looks like I want to say a metalworks.
Yeah, some kind of factory.
Yeah. She proceeds to jump off the railing on the highest level where the chest is, and then she gets shot.
Yep. After that, that's when they finally freaking acknowledge their feelings for each other as far as Arisu and Usagi go.
Which is great. Their dynamic is adorable.
Yeah. But the next game we see, the balance scale.
The captain's
Just,
waiting for you.
oh my goodness.
No.
The captain's waiting.
Against
I don't
Kuzuryu,
wanna
who turned
go.
out to be the king of diamonds.
Oh, I probably should put that down. No,
What?
that's
Which-
not how.
The King of
Wrong
Diamonds
button.
is the glasses guy
Wrong button.
from the
Yeah.
first season.
Yeah. That was part of the beach.
And
Okay.
he kind of goes on this whole... He kind of sets up this game where 3 people, including himself, so 4 people, are strapped down, and it's basically guess the number game. If you guess higher or lower, then you lose.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's basically to start off with the first rule, which lasted a few rounds of the game. The only rule in play was basically whoever's closest to the average of the combined numbers, and all the others get a point down. If you end up having a -4, you're out of the game permanently.
Terry, if thy name isn't Journal Puncher, Shepherd.
But
Or JP for
basically,
short.
like, they'd end up dying in one of the worst ways possible, because every time they lose a point or get a point deducted,
I have no idea what you're talking about, Terry.
what is that stuff? I want to say it was like sulfuric acid. It was some kind of acid.
That's not what I meant to do.
Get poured into the scale above their head. And once they reach -4, it tips onto them.
Or it just goes past 0.
No. You have to lose 4 points.
No, if I remember correctly, was you have to...
There we go. Touchpad? That's weird. That's how you
What?
disarm your weapon, is touchpad. That's so weird. Now let me try to not shoot again inside a ship. X is run. There we go.
Every time you don't win, you lose, and therefore you get a point
Yeah.
deducted.
Well, if you're first, you're last, right?
Yep.
And you don't start off with
Congratulations,
points.
Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run.
Did we know?
Down to see the captain?
Did we have a
Everyone
smooth
starts off
run?
at 0. Everyone starts off at 0.
Sounds like
So
you
once
trust
their
the
number
guest.
reaches negative, I think
Sorry,
it was
Commander,
4.
just having a
It was
chat
either
about
negative
Deputy
4.
Engineering. Didn't mean to
What
cause
was
any
the
trouble.
number? You know what?
But
I'm gonna
you
look
have
it
to
up.
admit, something's odd about this mission.
That's
The whole
gonna
crew
bug me.
feels it.
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus.
Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why
We
send
get a
a
little bit of
Spectre
backstory with him and
Spectre
That's
on a
funny.
shakedown?
Nice quote.
and
It
the
doesn't add
Starkey
up.
character.
Yeah.
With them kind of being dealt a bad
What do you
hands,
know about the stealth
so to
systems?
speak.
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only
The game over is reached negative 10.
But why are we fully staffed?
Negative 10.
Okay.
So I was wrong on the number initially.
Less chance of security leaks too.
So was I.
Plus there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown.
But,
runs
Shame on you
Uh,
too.
Yeah, I love that game primarily because of, well, actually the only reason I love that game is the learning the backstory of both Kuzuryu, which is the
Do you have a
face
problem with the
card player,
No, sir.
Yeah.
But I can't figure
and
out what he's
Chisia.
doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated special forces officers
Which is
in
crazy.
the service. If he melted
That-
down all his medals, he could make a life-size
Kuzuryu was a lawyer who
send a soldier
couldn't,
like that on a dude
who ended up basically having to
He's treating this shakedown run too seriously.
go against his
Something
morals.
big is going on.
And Chisia, who used to be
You
a
don't trust Nihilus.
I don't like
doctor,
Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought
Yeah.
close
who
contact
also in a way
most
gave
of our
up his
friends when the
morals,
Turians hit us.
but at the same time didn't really have much of a problem with it. At least didn't show it.
Nihilus is no ordinary Turian.
You've got
Yeah.
that right, Commander. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain.
And it
So after
basically
that-
And they don't come along
basically
just to
boiled
absorb
down
shakedowns.
to those two at the
Nihilus
end
looks like he's expecting
of the
some heavy
game,
action.
of this particular game, and just is like, I'm leaving it to you to decide which one of us lives.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
Whether or not you see
sir.
I deserve
But
to
I can't figure out
survive
what he's doing
this.
here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated special forces officers in the service. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously.
Now,
Something big is going on.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
I'm going to talk
Good
about the
luck,
next
Commander.
game. Because
Okay.
before they go on to the next game, it's, I think, kind of mentioned that
What do you think, Commander?
What
we
am
won't
I-
be staying on Eden
No.
Prime too long, will
I'm
we?
having a brain
I'm itching
fart.
for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
The next game we see is just kind of a one-off, and we only see a little bit of it.
Only a fool goes looking for a fight, Corporal.
The
Sorry,
Yeah.
kind of
Commander, but
dodgeball-esque game that Kuna and
I've never been on a
Ann
mission
do.
like this before,
Oh shit,
not
I was
one with a
muted.
Spectre on
well, it's not just that one. I mean, a variety of different games are played as well.
Yeah.
Which it was just like a montage to show the last bit of them.
Yeah.
And
there was-
inevitably, after that,
What can you tell me
there
about
was-
Nihilus?
hell,
only
there
have
was even
one
a
more.
Mahjong
Turians are
game.
generally well respected
A game of
by the other
Mahjong.
species.
By the
Their
way,
fleet has
since
no
I had myself
control
muted
to protect
earlier,
Citadel space
the reason
there.
why they laughed a second ago
They
is
don't
because I was
always
like,
get
oh
on
hi,
well
Dr.
without
Chaco, as we so
Some
did,
people find it
definitely didn't
too rigid.
read about you
Others
making
still
lovings
blame
with
them for their
Garfield
contact.
on this channel before.
As for Nihilus, I
On
haven't
that
said more
note,
than 2
yes,
words
I will
to
mute
him.
myself
He
again.
usually only speaks to the captain.
I heard Nihilus once took down an entire enemy platoon all by
Basically, the
himself.
last two
Man, I
episodes
can't believe
focus
I'm
on the
a mission
last
with
two
an actual
games.
Spectre.
The King of Spades, dealing with the King of Spades, and then, like, holy fuck, I'm still rolling
know about
over
the Spectre?
Don't know
us
what I've
trolling you while you were
Spectre
watching
agents
that
work directly
episode,
for the
Rob.
Citadel Council.
Episode
They
7.
usually work alone or in small groups. Spectres don't have any official power, though.
the whole, but
they're a
wait, there's
shadow
more kind of
organization
shit.
with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic
Because of how it plays out.
Protected at any cost.
Hello?
Don't forget that part. Spectres
Oh,
operate
no.
above the law.
Oh, okay. Rob?
People can't hear me.
I hear you.
Okay.
I said
But,
I was paying attention to dialogue here.
After the montage, we
Why don't we
get
have
the
any of our
final
own people in
confrontation with
Spectres usually come from the council races.
with the King of Spades.
Like the Turians.
Oh,
We've been trying to get a
you
human
didn't hear
accepted
what I
into
was
their ranks
saying then.
for years
Okay.
now. So far,
Oh.
it hasn't happened.
Hey, Commander.
What were you saying?
Inspector.
Basically that, and how I'm still cracking up over how MJ and I were basically kind of trolling you in a way while you were watching
The
episode
Spectres aren't
7.
interested in recruiting humans, no matter how capable.
That was totally a thing. That happened. I agree.
Yep.
Spectres don't sound dangerous. I'm not gonna say that. Goodbye.
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander.
But it's
Damn, that fight
the
was
way they.
fierce.
Are you talking about the fight with
With the King of
the
with the, yeah,
of
with the
Spades?
King of Spades.
What's up,
That
Nihilus?
was a crazy fucking fight.
Shepard, I was hoping you'd get
Dude,
here
a good
first.
chunk of
Give us
the
a chance to talk.
of the friends of that
I'm
basically
interested in
just
this world we're going to. Eden Prime.
Yeah, they're-
I've heard it's quite beautiful.
they're done.
Oh, right. Before we talk about the King of Spades fight,
It's become something
we got to
simple
bring
for
up
people, hasn't it?
the shoot off
Humanity
between
not only establish
Arisu,
colonies
Niragi, and
across the
Shishia.
galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it
Oh.
really?
Because that
You know
happens
something?
before they confront the
People
King
are
of
still newcomers,
King of
Shepard.
Spades.
The galaxy can be a very dangerous place.
Because before the King of Spades happens, Niragi basically
time we told the commander what's really going
forces the
This
two of
mission is
the
far
other
more
two
than
into a
simulation.
free-for-all gunfight between the three of them.
I already figured that out.
With
That's why we needed the stealth systems operation.
Arisu coming out on top, and the others basically just slowly, very
the
slowly
payload, Captain?
bleeding out.
A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation.
Yeah.
It was Prothean.
Yeah, everybody gets brutally freaking destroyed in that last bit.
What else can you tell me?
I think the one that got it the easiest was Aden, because she practically died right then and there.
Forward 200 years.
Well,
But
I
Eden
don't
Prime
think
doesn't
so
have the
because
facilities to handle something like this.
like whatever
We
was
need to
going
bring
on with
the
Anne,
beacon
she was
back to the
holding on
Citadel
to
for
like
proper study.
whatever life she had
Obviously,
left.
This goes beyond mere human
Because near
interest,
the
Commander.
end, again,
This
not
discovery
going
could
into too much
affect
till we
every
finally
species in
talk about
Council
it.
space.
It seems like she may have survived.
Well, I do know Krina survived,
It never hurts. to
even
have
though
two
it looked
extra
like
hands
she
on
was
board.
about to
The
freaking
beacon's not
die.
the only reason I'm here, Shepard.
Yeah.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
Like hell he is. Why?
What's going on, Captain?
Hey,
The
just
Alliance has been pushing
damn,
us for a long
I felt
time.
so bad for
Humanity
her.
wants a larger role in shaping
Which
interstellar
one?
Seeing
policy.
her drag
We want more say
her
with the Citadel Council.
drag
The Spectres represent the
herself
Council's
while she was
power and
dying
authority.
towards where
If
Aguni
they
is.
accept a human into their ranks. It shows how far the
Yeah.
Alliance has come.
Yeah, sad.
You
Oh
held
gosh,
off
what's
an
her
enemy
name?
assault during
Again,
the
the
single-handed.
bow and arrow girl.
You showed not only
Yeah.
courage, but also
Yeah, hey, yeah, she got
skill.
stabbed
That's why I
like
put your name
repeatedly,
forward as a
and
candidate for the
Mhm.
Spectres.
it was not a good thing to watch.
You put my name forward? Okay.
Why would a Turian want a
I'm not
human
gonna
in
hate
Spectres?
Turians. I'm
Not
not
all
fucking
Turians resent
Ashley.
humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species.
But at some point,
We
Yeah,
see
she's
what
not
we
getting
have to
saved
offer
by
to the
me.
rest of the galaxy. And
Kaden
with
all
the
the
help
way.
of
we
Unagi,
are an elite group.
they're able to
It's rare to find an individual with the skills we
Plus
seek.
Turians are cool.
able
I
to
don't care that you're human, Shepard.
cease
I only care
the
that you
game
can do
for
the job.
I assume this is
the-
good for the Alliance.
Earth needs
Yeah,
Polar
because they
Express.
basically,
We're counting on you.
Arisu came up
I need
with
to see the
a
skills for myself,
really
Commander.
fucking
Eden Prime will be
crazy
the first of
plan
several
to
missions.
Badass
basically
plan.
trap
You'll be
him
in charge
in
of the ground
a
Secure the beacon
in a
and
room
get upon the
filled
ship
with
ASAP.
gas
Ask the company to observe the
aerosol
What do
cans
you know about the Protheans?
and blow up that
Just
room.
what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced
Well,
species.
the King of yeah, and then Aguni
Really knows how
the King of
or why,
Spades
though I've heard
starts to open the door to give chase because Arisu was the last one in his eyes that was still alive. That would be a
Your
threat.
Citadel is the very heart of galactic society.
Was about to open the door where the trap is waiting, and basically starts to step back as he realizes it's a trap, or suspects it's a trap at least.
To know more about Eden
And
Farms.
Aguni, who's supposed to have fucking died, once again, like a badass, he fucking tackles him through the door.
To forge a place for humanity
And they proceed to.
I have no idea what run I'm doing, Terry.
And proceeds to light the fucker.
I was humming your
in a
scene
massive
Renegade
explosion.
though.
Yeah.
At first,
All
like
advanced
after
galactic
killing
civilization
him,
is based on Prothean technology.
it seems like he's still alive. I mean, yeah, he is alive, but he's done. He's absolutely done after the explosion.
That was just a small data.
We even see a flashback
What if
Yeah.
it's a weapons archive? We
from
can't
the
let
King
it
of
fall
Spades
into the wrong
perspective.
hands.
Honestly, I don't know what we were supposed to feel like, because he says sorry,
The Aden Traverse
and
isn't the most stable
I don't know
civilization.
if we're supposed to feel
There are plenty of
something
raiders
for
and
this
criminal
character.
groups active in the region.
Like when I watched it.
Prothean beacon is worth the risk.
Like I told you
Go ahead.
before, he wasn't apologizing to Aguni. He wasn't saying sorry to Aguni. He was saying sorry to the person he shot in his flashback.
If the Terminus system's attack, it's an act of war.
Yeah.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in
He
the
was a sadist.
Terminus might be
He was
willing
gonna
to
run
start a
hell.
war over this.
The last thing the council
Technically, we're
wants
not
is to
supposed to
drag
call
into
it
a
that
major conflict with the
on
Terminus
Twitch.
species. We have to keep this low.
Oh,
I have played
Underworld?
I have played Mass Effect 2 and 3, but I have not played the first one before. Wait, is there more that needs to be said? Sorry, I'm like
Just
trying.
give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close.
I suck at
Wait, were you talking to
multitasking.
me?
I'm talking to chat.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from
Okay.
Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on
Basically,
screen.
the King of Spades hands him a gun, the same gun that the King of Spades used in the flashback, or at least in a similar manner. It might not have been the exact same gun.
Oh, hi! Turian hater.
Finish off the King of Spades.
Speciest.
And then we see...
Or just xenophobic.
Aguni gets a little bit of... gets, like...
Composure.
Closure. Yeah, he gets closure. And
With Adder.
it choked me up.
Yeah.
Love it when characters
Same here.
have depth.
Yes.
Makes
Now-
for a good story.
Now, moving on, is after he's
Wait,
dead,
Everything cuts
almost
out.
got-
after
every...
no comm traffic
I've
at
got to
all.
ask, because it has been a while
Just
since
goes
I've
dead.
watched the show.
There's nothing.
How did Asagi get mortally wounded again? Was it was it shrapnel from the explosion?
She was,
Status report.
no, she was
17
trying
minutes
to...
out, Captain. No other Alliance ships
So,
in the area.
the majority of the
Take
group,
us into
mostly
it, fast and
mostly a
quiet.
lot of the
This
female
mission
members
just got a
of the
lot more
group,
complicated.
were trying
A
to
small
fight
strike
back
team can move quickly without
the King
drawing
of
attention.
Spades.
It's our best
And
chance
he
to
had a
secure
knife
the
on him and proceeds to,
Grab your
like,
gear and meet us in the cargo hold.
one after the other, mortally, fatally
Tell
wound
Alenko
them.
and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
Anna, if I remember correctly, gets shot in the gut. Oh
Engaging
gosh, what's her
stealth
name that
systems.
knows karate?
Queena.
Queena?
Somebody was doing some
Queena,
serious
she
digging
gets
here, Captain.
stabbed repeatedly,
Your team's the muscle in this
as well
operation,
as,
Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
the other girl.
Asagi.
Helping survivors is a secondary objective.
Not Usagi,
The
the other
beacon's
one.
your top
Hey, yeah.
priority.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna do it every time
yeah.
her name gets mentioned. You're gonna have to deal with it.
Anna also gets stabbed
Nihilus will scout out
in
ahead.
a
You'll feed
kind
the status
of
reports to
monstrous
the
way.
Otherwise, I want radio silence.
So it's just left with
Ready and able, sir.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck.
Arisu and
We are approaching drop point 2.
Usagi.
Unagi. Just start screwing you up every time.
So they end up. So they end up going up to a building, or up to the top of a building, where the Queen of Hearts is. She's the
Oh God. What happened?
first off, she's the crazy lady.
This looks so
from the
nice
first-
compared to
the
the
first
original.
season.
The one I
Freaking
haven't played.
Mira.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
so
talking about Mira.
Yeah.
Mira,
I know you
Mira.
Now, kind of like
Can I shoot you?
anything we would think about when it comes down to, you know, Alice in Wonderland, because that was one of the major themes. When
I should use my Novakast for this.
they begin the game, it's freaking croquet.
Yep. Just
Per
like in
game.
the book.
It just
Yep, he just needs to play 3 rounds of croquet. That's all he needs to do to win.
yeah, he wins.
He just has to play through without saying, I quit.
Yeah, kind of a bullshit one if you ask me.
But what makes
But you
it
didn't, so-
interesting
oh,
is
no.
that he proceeds to just
Oh, Jenkins!
fuck with his head.
Why?
He fucks with his head so fucking much during that game.
Ah. Bang bang.
Which, by the way, probably one of the craziest moments of her is when she sits down and has like tea and like cake with them, and she starts after.
Can I jump?
After
What are you doing, Shepard?
Magi starts to, as I'm like trying to, like, trying to ask, like what's going on, like where are they at? She goes on to two useless origin stories.
Came
And
here.
unfortunately, our main character falls for it.
Come on.
And ends
Get out
up
of cover, Shepard.
And it ends up she ends up breaking herself out of that kind of, I want to say, trance, when she ends up kind of stabbing
Makes you wanna play
herself.
No Man's
Or no,
Sky?
not stab. Sorry, not stab. I meant, she cut her wrist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got some burned out buildings.
In
To
order
try
to
to get,
try to, it was a gamble to try and snap Arsu out of it.
Yep. Because in the end, she because for the initial rules, it doesn't like specify who would be getting a box or not box. What did I say? I'm like tired, freaking A.
I don't have any points.
I'm
yet,
like
never mind.
dead tired.
Aw.
I'm like rambling now.
Aw. That's
What
fun.
was
I do that
saying?
often. Welcome to my world. Oh, I don't like this part. Forgot I had to issue orders.
Scheiße.
I don't remember where you were going with it.
So Mira basically fucking with Usagi.
No.
You know, tells all these stories.
He was fucking with Arsu, not Usagi.
Or no, sorry, yeah. Well,
Usagi wasn't
Usagi starts-
falling. Usagi didn't fall for it.
No,
Usagi
at
didn't
first
fall
she
for it.
didn't. Hold on. At first she didn't. The second one she almost did. Because Mari starts, you know, telling the story about how they're in a futuristic world. And she's like, that was such a fake story. Da, da, da. And then she goes on to talk about give another story. And then finally it's like, look, no, you're in an asylum. You're here because you suffer from survivor's guilt.
Yes.
And it sets it up where
Oh, God.
It sets it up where it's like instead of like surviving the crosswalk like they did, it shows Arisu watching his friends die.
Yeah.
I'm like what the fuck? And he believes it.
Why am I good?
Yeah.
Amy.
But Usagi didn't. Usagi we were seeing during that time was just how Arisu was seeing her through that mindfuckery.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212.
Eventually,
Be the one in charge,
Usagi's able to break him out of
Are you
it
wounded, Williams?
by slicing her
scrapes
wrists.
and burns. Nothing
And
serious.
inevitably, they
have
come
a
to the
Huntsville
conclusion that, with
were
this
patrolling the
this
perimeter
this
when the
person,
attack hit.
because really there's no
We tried
there's
to
no
get off
clear
a
winner.
distress call, but they cut off our
You just
communications.
play or you win
I've been
by
fighting for my life ever
completing
since.
3 matches
Where's the rest of your squad?
or 3 rounds
We tried to
of
double back to the beacon,
croquet.
but we walked into an ambush. I don't think
And
any of the others-
inevitably,
I think
Mira
I'm the only one
wants to
left.
keep the game going.
Yes,
so
she is.
the only way she can do that
Any idea what
is
kind of
by
enemy we're
getting,
facing?
I
which
think they're Geth.
and it's part of the rules too, where
haven't been seen outside the
if he forfeits, it's an automatic, just you're done, and you die.
They must have come for the beacon.
And by doing
the
so,
dig site is close,
it
just
kind
over
of
that rise.
puts
It might still be there.
the game in a kind
You know
of
what?
standstill.
You're taking us
You're
there.
coming with us, Williams. We need that beacon.
So eventually, with the help of
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back
with
in
the help
school.
of Usagi,
They're synthetics,
he's able to
non-organic
complete
life
the
forms
game.
with limited AI programming,
Mira
created by the Quarians a few centuries
gets
ago.
her brains
They were supposed to be a
brains
source of
blown
cheap
out
labor, but
by
ended
the
up
laser.
turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile.
And
Well, after that,
they
just kinda
are,
disappeared behind
I
the
guess,
Priest's veil.
after
Nobody's
her
really heard
blimp
much
is
from them
destroyed, there's an announcement that gives them a choice.
Tell me everything you know about
Well,
the
the first choice is
They were
either
doing some
to
digging out here to
stay
extend the
as a
monorail
permanent
and expand the
resident in the
colony.
Borderland.
A few weeks ago, they unearthed some
The
profane
second
ruins
choice
and
is
the beacon. Suddenly, every scientific
that
expert in the colony was
the person in question that
That's
wants to
when they brought
leave
us in to secure the site.
can leave.
I don't know much about the
With
beacon
no
itself,
memory.
Which
but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the
They don't. I
biggest
think they
scientific
mentioned that.
discovery
Just
of
said
the
that they would leave.
They did.
Oh.
Only Arisu and Usagi have knew each other
Hints.
after the fact.
What happened to the research?
Like they have kind of hints at.
I don't know.
Like
They
they,
set up
they
a
might
beacon.
recognize one another, but they
232
won't
was
know
with them.
how.
Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
They
Yeah.
knew each other.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
Well, because in the manga they hold
We were
hands.
sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like
When
a
they
routine
return
patrol
back.
until the Geth hit
They
us.
do eventually,
We never knew
like
that.
as they walk off to spend time to hang out
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a
at
couple
the
of nights
end.
ago
But
from
like
the main
it's
colony to
revealed
secure the
after they go
area.
back
Routine
that
patrol until the Geth hit
those
us.
fireworks weren't fireworks. It was a meteor that went overhead, and the fireworks they were seeing were meteor fragments
Mm-hmm.
breaking off, and basically
Because he gets found by his brother, doesn't he?
I don't remember. Yeah, he got.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around?
He was
here?
found
There
by
aren't
his
any
brother,
Turians on Eden Prime. None that I've ever met.
or something
Not
like
sure
that.
I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
I'm trying to
If
remember
you
what a
saw
Quarian
this
looks
guy,
like.
like.
There's enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon.
So
Can I-
thanks to
He's on our
Everyone
side.
was literally in the
Sorry.
borderland
Like I said,
between
no
in the
Turians.
in the land between life and death.
Move out.
yeah. Because by the way,
This world was safe.
spoilers for those who haven't watched it.
Basically,
I know I'm a little bit late to that, but
they were basically fighting to. Literally, those games were basically just their mind's way of portraying the battle, their fight to survive.
yeah.
continue
But no, I
this.
was about to talk about the last part where everybody makes their choices
50,000 years
and
ago, the Protheans were
the
the
voice
only spacefaring species in the galaxy.
transports
They vanished
Take
in
care,
swift
Terry. See ya.
galactic extinction.
and Arisu
Wait, was there a
back to where they belong, and it's brought to our attention that the fireworks in question weren't exactly fireworks, but a giant meteor.
Yeah, that's
that
what
crashed on Earth.
that's what Aden just said.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I was like way too tired.
Yeah, because you finished that, and then you said you immediately followed that up with repeating, saying, "I wanted to bring this up," and then you said the exact same thing. That's kind of funny. And I'm half paying attention, so cool. It makes me feel happy. No, I don't pistol.
Hold up on the Wednesday talk.
I'm sure we'll get one person asking, "Hey, is Rob okay?"
No, he's not okay. Just kidding.
He's super sleepy.
So everybody that we care about is alive. I think for the last moments of the episode, one of my favorites is Queenie. Meeting with her mom. Meeting with her mom.
And her dad.
And her dad, yeah.
Like, the whole final moment got me choking up so fucking hard. I was sniffling and all that jazz.
And by the way, babe, if you ever watch this, I'm sorry you're so short in this game. You are definitely not short in real life. Let's look for some more crates, shall we? Oh, damn. Every one of them, huh? Oh, Jesus Christ. Hi.
Usagi and Arisu, they meet up, and to a degree...
Oh, it's not?
They may have some memory. They may have some memory of what happened in the Borderland.
I don't believe that for a minute. They just recognize. They're just like,
or at least they recognize each other.
It was one of those. Do I know you from somewhere?
If anything, it's like their relationship kind of
picked up where
like
it left
their attraction.
off.
Yeah.
It became kind of for them because it was real life instead of the Borderlands. It was.
Ooh.
It basically ended up turning into a love at first sight kind of thing. They just instantly clicked. And that was one of the major moments concerning like what happens before the King of Spades ended up causing them to separate, or at the trailer park. Because Usagi and Arisu had gotten into an argument because it was like, I want you to go back. It's like, what if I don't want to go back?
Critical mission failure. Jesus Christ.
Because she didn't want to go back to a world that was too hard to deal with. And it was because that kid, trying to help that kid, that she understood what Arisu was trying to tell her.
Yep.
Storm 1.
Because the kid also has no one to go back to in the real world.
Equip.
Like, it's kind of surprising. Like, I did a lot of research after the show was finished. There was one thing that the manga did that the show only literally hints at the very end. Literally at the very end before the end credits. And that was showing the Joker card on the table. The Joker is an actual entity in the manga. And is the actual game master.
Damn it.
And he's basically the incarnation of death. Yeah.
Ah.
But man, Alice in Borderlands was such a good show.
Yep. It has its moments, it has its ups and downs. Really gruesome.
Fuck yeah.
It is such a gruesome show. If you have to give it a rating, what would it be? Actually, no. I want to talk about one other thing.
I don't want to go there yet.
Because there's one thing, because, I mean, it implies, or by the ending,
Kinda
it
wish
kind
I
of
didn't
implies
start
that
with 1.
the
Should've
show's
probably played
old,
3
or
instead.
not show's old, that the show's ended. But
This is the dig
one
site.
thing that kind of bugs
The
me,
beacon
and
was
I
right
think it's
here. It
bugged a
must
lot
have
of
been
other
moved.
people,
By who?
is
Our
the
side?
last
Hard
moment
to say.
of
Maybe we'll know more after
the
we check out the
I don't know,
research camp.
episode.
I think anyone got out of here alive?
If they
The
were lucky,
Joker card showing up?
maybe hiding up in the camp.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, that's what I was mentioning. That's why I was talking about the Joker in the in the manga.
I am like blanking out. What the fuck?
I'm finding this hilarious for what little I'm paying attention right now.
I am like.
I feel like I'm participating.
What the fuck?
I wanted to know what the fuck the deal with the Joker card was, so I did a shit ton of research. The Joker was an actual entity in the manga. As I had stated before, he's an entity. He's basically the personification of death. He's the game master. He's the one making everyone go through what they do. And those that don't survive the games in the Borderland, basically, he ferries across. He collects their souls and ferries them across to where they need to go.
Oh god, they're still alive.
Oh no.
What did the Geth do to them?
Geth or freaking alien zombies. Husks. Get back here. Ah! Okay, bad weapon to use. Bad weapon to use. There we go.
What's up, Rob?
I was saying, wouldn't that be the Reapers though?
What?
That is not a good weapon to use either.
What's the
Storm?
What's the
There we
big
go.
bad of Mass Effect? It's called is it the Reaver or Reapers?
Reapers.
Okay.
I like shotgun. That one's okay, but I think I should stick with what was it?
I need to play this game too.
Kessler. Oh yeah, I've never played the first one. I probably should have, since I went backwards. I started with 3, then played 2, because I'm weird. This is nothing new.
Start with Andromeda.
Oh yeah, I was so excited for that game to come out, and then I saw PewDiePie like get a review copy. I think a lot of people have seen his video on it, highlighting all the bugs.
My face is tired. That is legit.
Go talking about Wednesday then.
Oh no, we're gonna. I'm gonna try to power through and talk about Wednesday.
Okay.
And
There's
let me hit create stream marker.
not a whole lot to talk about regarding that show.
All right.
As much as there is.
Actually, well, here. Okay, so I was thinking about that concern. So first, let's talk about some stuff that came before. So, anything involving the Addams family. So
the TV series, the animated series, the comics, the movies.
We had originally we had the comics. Then we had the black and white series. Then we had the 2 films, which a lot of people thought was from Tim Burton. It's not.
It's not. It feels like it though.
You had moments where they showed up in Scooby-Doo.
Yep.
That's a legit thing.
Yeah, that's right. The animated series was a Hanna-Barbera thing, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Like the original series, the OG. Then
wait, there's more than one animated series?
Yeah, there's a lot of dude.
As far as the cartoons go? Like there was more than one
different
cartoon show?
I mean they had different like aspects, or like I guess when it comes down to the show, yeah, I mean, yeah, the Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo. You had the episodes where they had guest stars.
Well, that was kind of that was more of a crossover thing than an Addams Family thing.
Well, like I said, they were in a crossover with Scooby-Doo.
Oh no, hi.
And then you had
Sarah,
you had the recent
you suck.
films, which I refuse to
This
watch.
isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
quite recent films.
The council thought you could use
The animated films.
Oh, I heard those were
I'm
actually
not
pretty good, based on the comics.
Situation's bad. Don't worry.
I don't know. I mean,
No!
I don't think.
Fuck you, Saren. You piece of
I
shit. Come here, let me shoot you.
I don't think they're, because the designs for each of the characters are supposed to be somewhat similar or inspired by the original character designs from the comics.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't think they, like, looking at the trailers, it doesn't seem like they kind of transition well.
Okay, that's fair. Like, the art style is very, like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Yeah. Like, it doesn't transition well to 3D.
Where are you, sons of bitches? Ah.
But, anyways, after that, we also get, you know, Wednesday. If there's anything that I missed, you guys let me know.
Right.
In terms of, like, previous stuff. And this is mostly focusing on Wednesday Addams. Like, instead of it being
Shocker.
about the family, it's all about her.
Who knew?
Which
I certainly did. Go me.
this was, and I will say, this was a really interesting thing. I mean, we get hints about the characters. Or at least the mom and dad. Gomez and Morticia.
Morticia.
Commander.
Which, if I remember correctly,
Nihilus.
Morticia is played by Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yep.
Yes.
Zeta.
Who is
Basic rounds.
excellent.
She didn't do as good a job as the one from the first two live action films.
Angelica Houston.
Yes, it still blows my mind that is the same actress who played as the head witch in the original Witches.
So, if I may, I think to an extent they play her off as a little bit more empathetic.
I am sorry, I was hiding from those creatures. My name's Powell. What happened to that Turian?
More so with, like, not only having to deal with Wednesday, who, when we first see her, basically pours a bunch of piranhas inside a pool.
To get back at the people who were bullying her brother Pugsley.
Yeah, who were bullying Pugsley.
Shot him right in the back.
They should
school
have
itself,
Christopher Lloyd as Uncle Fester again.
We were
that
told
would
the
have been
Prothean beacon
cool.
was brought to the spaceport.
Although brief, the one guy was kind of interesting.
He did a decent enough job, but he didn't top Christopher Lloyd.
I knew that beacon was trouble.
No, well, like I said, it's their own interpretation of it.
Showed up, then the attack.
Yeah.
He was weird. He was weird. I'll give him that.
I used to have a light bulb that would light up whenever I put my tongue into the bulb. Like
it's still like throughout the entire series, any of the episodes that had Fester in it, I still had like I knew it was Fester. He was Fester character-wise, but I still could not stop seeing him as
Tell me about
the creepy train guy from Eurotrip, because it's the same actor.
Was descending the next. Those kids were swarming over the platform. Thousands of them. They must have been inside that mothership. They shot anything that moved. It was a massacre.
I was looking it over again.
Tell me about this mothership you saw.
The show is really good.
Like it before.
The murder mystery.
It was huge.
Is somewhat excellent.
The whole place got dark as it came down.
The final episode with the big bad
making this noise. This
was so fucking good.
Bored right into your brain.
I was gonna say I had mixed feelings for it.
The attack came a few minutes later.
Oh.
You were sleeping?
Because
I thought you were working here on the dock.
I'm not gonna lie, when
sometimes
you have
I need a nap to get through my shift.
You survived
I
because
guess
you're
no.
lazy?
Well, first let's talk about the other episodes, because the first episode is Wednesday going to the school, meeting her roommate.
If you hadn't snuck off for that,
I hated
is
her
a late
first.
bloomer.
I could not stand her.
A late Yeah, I know. I totally agree. I totally agree on that.
We need to find that beacon before it's
she
too
was
late.
very annoying.
Take the
first
cargo
time
train.
around.
That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay here.
But overall, kind of her character kind of grows on you.
Yeah.
You somewhat feel kind of empathetic because there's a point where it turns out
for respect to
because of her being a late bloomer.
Wait, where?
There's concern of whether or not she becomes
wolfing out, as they put it.
Yeah, because this girl is a werewolf. Which, by the way, that kind of took me by surprise. Where in this realm of reality, and I guess thinking about it now, it kind of makes sense with how weird the Addams family is. They have a school for like different misfits, like for werewolves, vampires, gorgons, sirens. Apparently,
I like the kind of porn music that the game is playing right now. It sounds so weird.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be techie, but it just sounds like that someone could be filming porn with this music. Yeah. You know, that's where my mind goes. I'm completely innocent. Die.
Anyways.
Yeah. Nice save. Thank you. Ah!
The show, like, for episode 2, which, let me look this up real quick.
We're basically getting more character development.
Yeah.
We meet the, I think in episode 2 we meet the counselor that Wednesday is court-ordered to see.
Come on.
Like, first chance she gets, she basically is able to escape her office.
Yeah. The
Ashley,
actress who
what
plays
are you
the
shooting
headmaster,
at? There is nothing there.
One of her best roles yet. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I feel for the actress because as much as I enjoyed her as Lady Brienne of Tarth in Game of Thrones,
What the hell? That was not expected.
her role as the headmaster of the school in Wednesday.
That was her?
Yeah.
Whoops.
That was the same one.
Holy shit. I did not recognize her as that.
Damn it.
But,
she was
okay,
so fucking beautiful in that role.
So, episode 1, I'm gonna, because I got the list of the episodes. So, episode 1 was Wednesday's child is full of woe. Which I guess we find out the inspiration for her name.
Yeah.
Which is that the title of that poem. Second episode was Woe is the loneliest number. The sheriff questions Wednesday about the night's strange happenings. So, the first episode, near the very end, Wednesday's trying to escape. And one of the students, who apparently is a psychic, tries to kill her. Because he finds a image or a picture that was drawn of her with some shadowy figure with the school on fire behind her. And he's attacked by some creature. In the next episode, the sheriff is trying to conduct an investigation and uncover like what this monster is. As well as like throughout in this episode, we're introduced to what is called the Poe Cup, where different teams come together to do kind of like a triathlon. And we see a little bit of something that we didn't see Wednesday do with previous versions, where she's able to see, I guess, the deeds of an individual in the past or present.
Well, it only just now started awakening in the show.
Yeah. I just realized, looking at the with each episode they add the word "whoa" to like different phrases. Because like the next episode 3 is "Friend or Woe," and that's the episode where Wednesday uncovers the secret society that's mentioned in the show, and several of the students are basically going into town, or the town that's next to the school, to assist. And we're introduced to the I guess this one particular pilgrim that had a habit of killing people that were weird, or having them executed. And by the way, one of my favorite moments is... Oh, go ahead, Aden.
I was agreeing.
One of my favorite moments is when she's playing the violin, or the cello, and I guess the headmistress finds out that finds out she plays cello. So she forces Wednesday to basically play cello while they're unveiling the statue for this pilgrim. And prior to this, she finds out that this pilgrim
leave no evidence that
attempted to kill her ancestor. So, with the help of Thing, which I gotta say, this is probably really cool and really funny, where she's playing cello next to the town's band, and Thing, with the help of Thing, had gasoline poured into the statue, or the fountain for the statue, and light it on fire. And with Thing doing it, people can't assume, besides the headmistress, that she was the one that caused it. Which honestly, I thought it was funny to watch that spectacle, especially when, as everybody's panicking, and the whole statue is like on fire and melting, she's just playing to her heart's content on the cello,
to protect the wearer.
Which I thought was a really funny scene.
Roughly 1,200 years ago, the Turians were invited to...
I love the various pieces
also,
where you hear her playing on the
Geth
cello.
Are a humanoid race of networked AI.
Also, we got the awkward
After the
romance
Geth secure
between
a location, they round up and
the-
impale dead and living
the one
bodies
girl
on mechanical spikes.
and
the spikes
and
this
transform
Gorgon
them
boy.
into withered husks, extracting
Yeah.
water and trace minerals, and replacing them
The
with
stoner.
cybernetics. The cybernetics reanimate the lifeless flesh and tissue.
That's an
transform
interesting
their
click
bodies into
name for
mindless
the
killing
Gorgons.
machines.
The
Some
Stoners.
Alliance soldiers refer to the husk
They literally
generating
call
spikes
them the
as
stoners.
dragon's teeth.
Yeah.
A reference to the mythological
First
berserkers
episode.
who sprang up from the earth wherever the teeth of the dragon Eris were planted. Dragon's teeth and husks
next episode
bear
is
little
Whoa, Not What a
resemblance to
Night.
other pieces of Geth
And
technology. No one is sure
they
why
introduce a
synthetic
particular
race would
dance
bother to
that's
drain
supposed
the
to occur
minuscule
at the
amount of
school.
recoverable resources from organic corpses, though the value of reusing
And
them
although
as shock troops is obvious.
Wednesday is
Spectres are
trying
agents
to
from the
do
Office
this
of Special
investigation,
Tactics and Reconnaissance,
she
and answer only to the Citadel Council.
is kind of forced
They are
into
elite
a
military
club
operatives, granted the authority
and
to
comes
deal with
across
threats to peace and stability in whatever
one
way they
particular
deem
kid that
necessary.
has the power
They
to control
operate
bees,
independently or in groups of two
and has and does beekeeping.
Humanity's first contact with
And
an
she
alien
kind of ropes
race
him into
occurred
helping.
in 2157.
And
At that time,
something
the
I
Alliance
forgot
allowed
to
survey
mention
fleets to
was
activate any
they introduced a character like
Terminus
way
systems
early
are
on
located-
called Xavier. Was it Xavier? No, it was the other kid. Tyler. Sorry, Tyler.
Oh, the sheriff's son?
Wait, no. Was Tyler? No, it was Xavier. It was Xavier. Sorry.
Xavier, the painting guy?
No, I think Tyler is the painting guy. Xavier was the guy that was the sheriff's son. Because Wednesday asked Xavier to go to the dance, and we have that really cool scene.
No, Xavier is the painter.
You looked it up?
Yeah.
Okay. So, they end up everybody ends up going to the dance, including this one kid that showed up in the first episode and was kind of pissed with Wednesday because Wednesday kind of
kicked his ass,
embarrassed them. Wait, what?
Kicked his ass?
Yeah. Kicked his ass and a bunch of his friends. And they pranked the school by pouring blood into the sprinklers. Well, not blood, paint.
Like, Wednesday even calls them out because they were basically recreating what happened in, it was either Carrie or Firestarter, I don't remember which.
Carrie.
Carrie.
And she calls,
like,
I love how she called them out. It's like,
She's like, you couldn't even afford real blood. This is paint.
Loved it.
And while she's dealing with the dance, the beekeeper kid is at this this little hovel
That
where
they were going to take out together.
Yeah. Somebody comes by, blows it up, and we see kid get attacked. Not killed, but just brutally attacked. Yeah. And Wednesday kind of feels responsible for that.
The systems.
Okay.
The next episode was You Reap What You Woe, where it's a parents' weekend. And
that episode was so awkward to watch.
Okay.
I can kind of see why, because and this is why I say that they kind of make Morticia a little bit more empathetic.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them
because
down.
This episode, the sheriff finds out that Gomez showed up at the school, which this was a school that apparently him and Morticia went to together or met. This is where they met, and the sheriff shows up and takes him in for murder.
Damn it! Not far or too far away.
For murdering a kid or a teenager who was the son of a rich guy who was very influential for the town. Which, thanks to Wednesday, they're able to prove that he didn't kill this teenager, but rather apparently an injection of a dosage of nightshade, which the dad, the dad of the family, was going to use, or had the kid take and use to poison.
Really? Damn it!
Poison the drinks, because I guess this was during like a raven, and
there we
idea
go.
Was they were going to poison.
Now we're cooking with gas.
Kill off a bunch of the kids.
No, no, we're not cooking with gas. We died.
Eventually, they were stopped, or he was stopped by, as the story goes, by Gomez.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down.
He was the one that killed him, but it turns out it was actually Morticia that killed him. But he may have. But
by accident.
It's set up
He was
that
already dying.
I was gonna say that it's proven that he was already dying.
Oh wait, no, it wasn't proven that he was already dying. during the fight, Gomez had accidentally smashed the vial of nightshade, and it was slowly killing the kid before the accident where Morticia ended up stabbing him.
Yeah. So in the end, they were able to save Gomez from going to jail.
Yeah.
Episode 6. Quip Pro Woe. Wednesday's friends throw her a surprise party. Yeah, like that was like a birthday episode where people are trying to throw her a party.
Come on.
Yep. She wants none of it. And he's too busy with trying to figure out this whole investigation. Episode 7 is If You Don't Woe By Now, where it's brought up that, or at least for that episode, Uncle Fester shows up and in his own way kind of helps her with a few things, while also Wednesday hiding him from the public because it's found out that he's been stealing stuff from people, including a bike with a what was it, a sidecar?
Yeah.
Come on, you.
So, and with the help of Fester, it's found out that the beast in question that's been killing people was a hive.
And it looks so fucking stupid.
The hide?
Yes. Every time I saw it, I busted out laughing.
I think that was, I mean, it looks corny. And in a sense, it is in that style of that Tim Burton has set up for his creatures.
It also did feel like it's a creature as it would be portrayed in the comics.
I mean, it looks, I mean, honestly, if it wasn't if it wasn't 3D and practical effect, I could totally see that would be something that we would have seen in a previous Tim Burton movie.
Maybe. Like, helps to go to continue with the whole comic look. Like, they even cast someone to portray Gomez to make him look more reminiscent of how he looked in the comics. A stockier Latino man. You know?
Now,
I'm not sure if it's Spanish or Mexican, but either way.
Ah!
Yeah.
Shit.
It's...
Where's the fourth one? Where is it?
It's somewhat uncovered, like who could have possibly be the hide. And they go after, what's the name, Tyler?
Yeah.
Oh no, where is it? Where
A lot of people, due to physical evidence, a lot of people think that he's
initially they thought
the
it was Xavier. Initially they thought it was Xavier, who was seeing the counselor as well.
Well, they don't even think about Xavier at first.
Yeah, they do, because I mean, hell, he was even painting.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where? Ah!
Well, no, okay, so
all the locations concerning the monster.
Okay, so that's who I meant. That's who I meant, because to an extent you have him painting all of the images of the monster,
basically
the locations, possible mementos of the different victims.
Mementos.
Which was weird.
Uno momento.
By the way. And I think other than that, yeah, a lot of people assumed it was him at first.
I don't want to look at a beacon yet. I want to look at the thing that I fucked up earlier. Come here.
But after a somewhat romantic moment with Tyler,
Do I have
it's
more
uncovered
gel? Shit.
due to her psychic power
Equipment.
that he, Tyler, was the one that caused all the deaths.
Yep, he's the Hyde.
Yep.
And he has a very, like, psychopathic obsession with Wednesday.
Well, it's set up that the Hyde has multiple personalities. So,
Wait, can I?
to a degree, one variation will be kind of mellow, while the other iteration will be very aggressive.
How many? Okay.
So, now going on to episode 8, A Murder of Woes. This is, I will say, like, looking back at it, I'm a little bit I have a little bit of mixed feelings about this one, because it starts off with Wednesday kind of trying to warn people that Tyler is the one and not Xavier, of being the Hyde.
Yeah,
but nobody wants to listen.
While also trying to repair the broken friendship with Xavier.
Yeah. Which he wants nothing of her. Wants nothing to do with her. There's a point where, with the help of the others, she's able to capture the Hyde. But before she can actually do any, like, experimentation, like, basically torture onto him, she stopped. So, at some point, he's released and kind of gives a vague threat of, of him going after her. And at some point, as they're, going through, the last moments of the episode, it's somewhat uncovered that one of the teachers is in on this. And to a degree, as I collect my thoughts, this teacher is the I guess the daughter of the rich guy.
Yep. Who are all ancestors of the Pilgrim that we mentioned before.
Yeah.
Or not ancestors,
now, here's
sorry,
the thing.
descendants. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Nick, you are funny.
Now here's the thing that bugs me. Throughout the episodes, every person that has been killed has a body part that is taken from them and given to the or taken to back to the what's it called, the school for ritual.
Okay.
And basically this ritual is to bring back to life the I almost said something stupid. They take the teacher gathers all the body parts and proceeds to use it for a ritual to summon the pilgrim. Now, and the final ingredient was Wednesday's blood.
Yeah. By the way, said teacher was played by Christina Ricci, who, for those who haven't seen the first two Addams Family live action movies, was Wednesday in those two films.
Oh, that's right, she was. Oh, and she kills the headmistress. I forgot to mention that. Like, Wednesday is able to convince the headmistress to take part in the investigation. And this entire time, something I forgot to mention for like talking about the first episode, is that the headmistress can shapeshift. So, kind of taking her off guard, they're able to get the woman who is the teacher to basically kind of spill the beans, where the headmistress is like, yeah, no, I caught you. And she inevitably gets killed by the poisonous plant mixture. Nightshade. But anyways, going back to towards the end.
Normandy.
We have
Actual working Prothean technology.
this lady who was gathering body
I
parts,
wasn't doing anything like that when I
and
dug it up.
the final key
Something must have
to
activated it.
resurrecting this guy
Roger, Normandy.
is
Standing by.
Wednesday's blood. Now, I gotta ask, in a situation of somebody summoning their master and needing the main character's blood in a variety of different body parts, where have we heard that before?
I honestly am drawing a blank.
No, don't touch me.
Goblet of Fire.
What?
To resurrect Voldemort, they needed Bone of the Father, Flesh of the Servant,
I broke it.
and Blood of the Enemy.
Oh yeah.
To summon, to resurrect. Also, the little whatever Voldemort was for that movie, and they resurrected Voldemort. To resurrect,
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime.
yeah,
The Normandy.
to resurrect
A human alliance
the
vessel.
Pilgrim,
It was
who
under the
was
command of Captain
apparently
Anderson.
cursed to be
They
trapped
managed
in
to save
the coffin.
One of the humans.
He needed they had to sacrifice a variety of different body parts from different victims, and use Wednesday's blood to unlock it.
This human.
Okay, even random guy agrees. It sounds like the spell to resurrect Voldemort.
Yep. And unfortunately, he doesn't last very long either. So.
I'm not
he
gonna lie,
shows
that
up.
confrontation was actually kind of cool in my opinion.
Oh no, it kind of is, but he doesn't last very long. You think that they would have kind of pushed it, kind of,
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you
kind of
feeling?
extended a little bit, where it seems like he's losing, wants to
did I
take a
end up
step
here?
back,
How
and
long was I
proceeds
out?
to leave.
About 15
That would have been
hours.
cool,
Something happened down
because then
there
they could have
with
done
Beacon,
more
I
with
think.
him.
It's my fault.
But
I
no,
must
they
have
killed him
triggered some
off in
kind
the
of
first
security
season.
field when I approached it.
And he
You
can't
had to
come
push
back
me out of the way.
Where's the beacon now?
due
What
to
happened
some
to it?
curse
The beacon
shenanigans.
exploded. A system overload maybe.
Um,
The blast knocked
oh,
you
When that
shit.
episode
The
ends,
lieutenant and I carried you back here to the ship.
My character,
And that
Shepard,
episode
looks a
ends-
lot like Ethan.
Yeah, he does.
Ethan.
From Heavy Rain.
Huh.
Look him up. He looks exactly like him. Let's see here.
But the end of the episode,
I appreciate it.
they defeat the
Physically,
villain.
you're fine. But I detected some
Everything
unusual
seems to be
brain
going back to
activity.
normal.
Abnormal
All the
beta
kids
waves.
are basically
I also
sent
noticed an
home,
increase in your rapid eye movement.
and
Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
it ends with
I saw
kind of a stinger where you see Tyler, or
Death,
whichever one,
destruction.
in a
Tyler.
Really clear.
yeah Tyler in
I better
a
add this to my report. All the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
To, I guess, an asylum.
Shepard, I need to speak with you.
And it ends with him transforming.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Yeah.
I'll be in the mess if you need me.
As well, and even before that point, like...
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander.
Turns out the person that's been following her around taking pictures of her was more than likely not Tyler, because she gets some messages on her, some text messages on her phone of more pictures of her and things she was doing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it.
From an unknown person.
There we go. I'm gonna put this up on stream just so for context.
Yeah.
That's Ethan. I've got them side by side. And then here for Rob, I'll just show him real quick. Let's see here.
I honestly would have cracked up a bit if you ended up.
You see it, Rob?
Instead of Ethan.
Yeah.
You ended up making him look like Norman Jaden.
Next time. Gadget. Next time. What the hell? Okay, alright. I made sure to put my browser on the other monitor so it didn't pop up. Okay, let's see here. You wanted to talk?
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I put the scar on his nose because that's exactly where JR has a scar on his nose.
Nihilus is dead.
He accidentally got hit in the face with a grinder blade at work.
The council's going to want answers.
Yeah, he fucked up his nose. And then at the time I sent him a picture of Jinka Hagane because that's who he reminded me of from Beyblade, because he had a band-aid on his nose and Jinka has a band-aid on his nose. So, alright, let's see here. I did my job.
The Geth would have wiped out the whole colony if I hadn't stopped them.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damn
So I basically got Ethan Mars talking to the Allstate guy.
That's funny.
And then Martin Sheen's in here in the second game.
Living legend. But if he's
Oh,
working with
shit.
the Geth, it means
The elusive man. Elusive man.
A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
Hates
So,
humans? Where he wanted to begin.
Any final thoughts, Aiden, about Wednesday?
He thinks we're growing too fast, taking over the galaxy.
I'm looking forward to season 2 if it ever happens.
Most of them don't do anything about it.
Yeah, same here.
But Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how.
Like,
I don't know why.
It's a little off-putting seeing Gomez the way he is in the show, but it fits.
I think it's supposed to be similar to the original comics.
That's what I'd been saying before.
Before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
Catherine Zeta-Jones did a decent job as Morticia.
I saw synthetics. Geth.
Like, the casting is really well done.
Butchering them.
I agree.
We need to report this to the council, Shepard.
I mean, hell, even after the roommate grew on me to where I liked it, there were still a lot of times where like, okay, you're a bit much.
Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction, whatever it was. Saren took it. But
all in all, I besides the last fight, I don't think I have any qualms with
this attack was an act of war.
This
he
show.
has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command. And he
Like, one of the characters I absolutely despised at first also grew on me.
Oh, Tali is a Quarian. Haha, never mind. Or wait, no,
the person that used to be in a relationship with Xavier. Or with Xavier. I forget her name, but she was basically the one, the one at the forefront of the Sirens. I could not stand her at first, but she also grew on me after her character actually got some character growth.
Yeah, so Tali is a Quarian. I'm remembering now. Yes, secrets. Let's see here. Not if I can help it.
I'll find some way to take him down.
I'll make him end his own life.
He's a Spectre.
Saren, I mean.
He can go anywhere.
You can do that.
Anything. That's why we need the council on
You just
our
freak him out enough, and then he'll take his own life. Game over. Understood.
We prove Saren's gone rogue.
Anything
the
else,
council
Aiden?
will revoke his Spectre status.
Not that I can think of.
Contact the ambassador.
All right.
And see if he can get us an audience.
Let me find a good stopping point.
He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close.
But until then, just
Head up
listen to the
bridge and
Allstate
tell Joker
guy.
to bring us into dock.
Because I can't remember his name. But he's God in Lucifer.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Commander Anderson, the same guy. Oh, what's this? Med gel. Hell yeah, I need that. Whew, only 5. That's a chip. Do you think that's gonna get me any further? Can I go to my bedroom or my quarters? I'm sorry, I don't want to talk to you. No, Ashley, you suck.
I liked Ashley until it was revealed that she hated other races.
She's a xenophobe.
Yeah.
Captain Anderson,
the teacher.
No,
no, I'm talking about in the game.
Ashley Williams, the bad one. Here, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go look at her in shame and disgust.
Like, I liked her. I really did, and then
glad
found
you're
out
okay,
she's a
Commander.
xenophobe, and I was just like,
could use some good news
okay, don't talk to me. Go away.
I'm glad you're
Please go
okay.
away.
The crew could use some good news. What happened to Jenkins? Soldiers die. Or I should go. Fuck you.
I need to go speak with Joker.
Goodbye, Commander.
There we go. Let me go find Joker. I don't know if I can go to my quarters yet. Can I?
I have no idea.
Hold on.
That's funny.
Let me see.
I myself have never played the game,
Yeah.
but I've watched a playthrough.
I've watched a playthrough, but I watched the cutscenes. It's actually one of the first videos I would watch on YouTube.
They did the playthrough I watched. It was more of a commentary over one of the people's gameplay.
Looking for some extra supplies before you
But they
What have you got?
literally
Whatever you want.
went over
Armor, weapons.
pretty much everything. They did
Why should I pay
everything.
you for my
stuff doesn't come from
Damn it.
the
All
licenses
side
alone
quests,
set me back more
the
than
whole
I'd like.
shit, the whole
No
shebang.
licenses, no goods.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
How much do I have? Oh, I have nothing. I have 1,400. Okay, so I can't get it. Oh, I can get a grenade upgrade. And I'll get a med cell one. Alright, and then... Sorry, I'm trying to find a good way if I can save. Ooh, I know the Mako!
How do you save in this?
You just hit pause, but I'm trying to... Wait, equip Ashley? No, I don't want to equip her. Aden. Can I... Okay. Yeah, because like I said, I don't know why I decided to do things backwards by playing 3 first, but... I think it was by the time I got around to wanting to play the first game, it was like kind of outdated. So I'm glad they remastered it, but hold on. Sorry, I know I keep saying I'm gonna find a stopping point. I'm just curious if I can actually drive this right now.
No, you gotta choose specific planets.
No. You think I want to actually do work? What's wrong with these people? Don't they know who I am? Because that'd be great if they could tell me, because I don't know. But J.P. Shepard will save the galaxy. Punching every journalist that he sees. Okay, door control. Okay, galaxy map. Wait, what's this? No. Sorry. I know. Nope, I don't need that. Nope. No. I'm trying to remember where my quarters was, but I think... Come on.
Something about the way you were talking about your character, what you called the character, it just put a song in my head that honestly, like, it's not a bad song. I myself don't care for it, even with the humor in it. The real Shia LaBeouf, or whatever the hell it was called.
Future Cannibal Shia LaBeouf or whatever.
Something like that. You know, like Running for Your Life from Shia LaBeouf, that kind of shit.
Yeah. What was it called? No, that's gonna bug me. Let's look it up, shall we? Rob Cantor's Actual Cannibal, Shia LaBeouf.
Okay. Thank you.
I was close. Alright. And this is the conclusion of J.P. Shepard's little fantastic galaxy adventure.
And the conclusion of us talking about Wednesday and Alice in Borderland.
Indeed. Alright.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys can, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description down below, as well as check out Aden and MJ's Twitch accounts, which is...
Mine is Professor_MJ, and Aden's is...
PhaynIngmar.
Also, please check out our daily content and our weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Rob, Aden, MJ signing off. Have a good one. Take care. We'll see you guys next video.
See ya.
Peace out, my friends. Next time, we'll get back to some more Walking Dead fun. With me actually joining in this time. This is gonna be interesting. But, until we meet again, class is dismissed. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, goodbye.